Okay, so I decided we're going to do something a bit new today. Today we're going to be doing a review for a brand new website. That website being Info Battles, the Dark Ninjas version of Kiwi Farms and the Onion Farms. Now, from my understanding of why Dark Ninja has decided that he wants to make this little website, apparently Dark Ninja got sick and tired of the gatekeeping and the pedo shielding that was going on the Onion Farms and to a lesser extent the Kiwi Farms. So Dark Ninja said, fuck it, I'm going to learn how to code and I'm going to make my own website. So I figured we'd take a little journey today and just go over what's what with this little channel here, this little website here. It's still being updated. More names are going to be added to the list of forums there. So I'm just going over what we got now. But I just want to read this. I guess this is like intro statements or something. So, Dark Ninja says that keep in mind I'm still pro Kiwi Farms. The threads I made are threads the Kiwis wouldn't care about because the people I expose are pretty much nobodies. Most Kiwis are anti-Discord, and a lot of proof I have is Discord stuff. And Josh will not unlock the play game thread. So Dark Ninja had to take this route. I didn't even know there was a thread on the Plate Gang. It's really no surprise that there's a thread on the Plate Gang. I don't even know if the Plate Gang is still active. I mean, it would make sense for the thread to be locked if the Plate Gang is no longer active, but I don't know. Anyway, Dark Ninja writes, hello, fellow citizens. You may notice the colors being messed with a bit, but bear with me. There is a lot of options and some coding I'm learning to use for this. If you have any suggestions on colors or categories, LMK, I'm open to suggestions. Anyway, I hope y'all's day is great. Sha. I probably butchered his famous catchphrase. I don't know. But anyway, I'm already liking this site mainly because it's telling people like me to have a great day. You don't get that shit on Kiwi Farms. You don't. Don't get that shit on Kiwi Farms, especially don't get that on the Onion Farms. But here on Dark Ninja's site, Info Battles, you get the owner of the site wishing you a happy day. I mean, again, you don't get that shit on Kiwi Farms or anything. No, you don't. So anyway, now that we got the intro done, let's go into the sector. So there's a few people in here mentioned. There's Mormon Shaggy, Hausmeister, the German guy, Elaine, parody account of Brian Dunn, and of course Warhammer. I'm not going to go over the Warhammer thread. It's pretty much the same stuff with some added, stuff about, I think, Elaine there. But since I already mentioned her, we're going to go with Elaine first. Might as well. Ladies first. I am a gentleman. So this is Elaine Miller's thread. Elaine Miller, Troll Cow, Pissminge, the pedophile hacker girl of the sector. Okay, well, let's see. This is from Crypt Jesus. I'm assuming this is one of Warhammer's friends and someone that's helping him run the site. Elaine Miller is a British woman who turned herself from an 18-year-old attention whore trying to fit in online to a completely mentally shattered skeleton being passed around between terminally online retards. Well, that is not the fucking case because she's not mine. Okay? She's not my skeleton trophy wife right now. Which sucks. Don't get me wrong. That day is coming. Come hell or high water, Trolcow's gonna be my internet autistic trophy wife. We're gonna be the power couple of the fucking sector. You think Ralph and Faith Vickers Jr. are gonna be running the show? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. No. No, they're not the power couple around here. Me and Trolcow, we're definitely gonna be the power couple of the sector there. This bitch is gonna be my trophy wife one way or another. So anyway, we got a couple of videos here. Let's check this out. That's nice. So this is just Elaine Miller out and about on the mean streets of London. Oh, that's lovely. I guess she's trying to sing some trying to make some love songs for Josh Smoot there. That's just lovely. Okay. Oh, this video, this is what I call the Aiden Paladin wannabe.
Come on, Elaine. You got this. You got this. Come on, Elaine. Don't stop. You keep going. Yeah, G. Come on. Come on.
By the way, if any of my English, my fellow Brit Bong subscribers, if you can explain to me what does that say? Grip full of chips. If you can explain to me what that means, that'd be very much I would very much appreciate that. But as we can see here, Elaine's going full Aiden Paladin, drinking heavily from the bottle. Not giving a damn about her liver.
Anyway, I'm incredibly fucking drunk.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, we have a video of Hunter Biden for some reason.
It's 2.06.
2.07 without the bag.
So how long is
2.0?
I have no idea what Hunter Biden has to do with the Elaine Miller saga, but anyway.
Hi, Dirty. You're asking why my sheet's always so messy. And today I had a literal example to show you. This stuff is why. Okay? I'm not shitting on them. There's something wrong with me. And everything keeps spilling over.
Oh, there's something wrong with you? Oh, you don't say there, honey.
And now I have to... I want to die. Ah! My poor noodle. Anyway, that's a visual representation of what the fuck keeps happening and why my sheets are so dirty. I hope that helps. Feel free to post this on KF, you attention whore.
Well, you got the next best thing. You're on Dark Ninja's website now. Congratulations. Okay, Crip Jeets is here again. Is Elaine a pedo? Reserved for part 2. Well, stay tuned for that. Anyway, so that's the Elaine thread. The Dark Ninja thread's really nothing. It's just some Brian Dunn parody account. Just pretending to be Brian Dunn there. Not really nothing to go into. But anyway, next is Hausmeister, the German man. The base German man. Here, Sprite Header says that Housemeister is best friends with known child groomer DJ Axel. House has multi-hour-long streams with him where they exchange child grooming notes. Now I checked these videos here. They're over like 3 hours long, so there's no way I'm gonna be going into them. At least not today. Maybe at some point in the near future I might. Just to see what the German man gets up to in his spare time there. House was confronted on this revolting behavior by Percival Cassidy while live and had a total meltdown. Again, this is another hours-long stream. There, again, maybe at some point, I can do my own stream where I go over the lore of Housemeister. I just need the proper equipment and the proper training to do streams. And then maybe one day we'll go over the lore of the German man. And just see what this German man gets up to in his spare time there. It's even gotten so bad that House's meltdown has apparently extended onto the Gill stream. Our old friend Shamu confronted the German man on his own stream. Just butt breaking him so hard that the German man had to leave the internet for months. Apparently House is very terrified of Sprite Header there. So terrified. Refuses to unban the man from his chat. Kino Housemeister says, ask fucking Sprite Header. Apparently Sprite Header is Moon's #1 guy. And that he's a fucking mongoloid faggot. Thankfully for us, we have a 6-second clip video. So I didn't check this out earlier. But let's go over this.
You know, Sprite's banned from the chat. We're not talking about Sprite or Shamu or any of those guys ever again.
Well, you heard the German man. He's laying down the law there. No more talking about Shamu or Sprite or any of those big bully jerks ever again. I'm kind of curious how long is it going to take before I'm added to the list. But you heard the man. No more Shamu or Sprite Header or any of those big bully jerks ever again. Oh, we got some bonus content too. House lusted after and gooned over a fat groid land whale in Percival Cassidy's Gator Watch. Let's check this clip.
House is how nice sus. Is this bitch not hot? Did you see her ass, bro? Did you see the ass on this bitch?
How many drinks?
How nice sus?
House?
What?
So much. Yeah.
I need drinks to think this bitch is hot.
Yeah,
Are you fucking
nice-
kidding me?
she's got nice
If
titties.
if I was sober, she's fucking. I'd say she's hot.
Good luck.
No,
It's
just-
100 times more bangable.
She's
than
got
anything else.
she's got a nice ass. She's got nice tits. She's thin. But you know, what else do you want, person? What else is there, bro?
She's better than this
Thank you,
bitch.
Iru. Shout outs to Iru.
Now, in context, the lovely woman that we just saw on the screen there, that's not the woman that House was lusting after. He was lusting after this cosplayer, which I'll admit, I did watch the stream. I did see the woman in question, and yes, I'll admit she does have a nice pair of tits. Has a fine little booty. Face is I guess the face is okay there. Not. Face is alright, but the tits and the ass. Ooh. That's all I'm gonna say there. Apparently, also, House, not only likes his girls big, apparently he very much enjoys them. Apparently he very much enjoys them with little ding dongs there. Right? He's pulling a Brian Dunn there. Our boy House has also flirted and sexted with Troons, both live on stream, and in private off-stream Discord voice chats that were, of course, fucking leaked, because of course they were.
Minimal I do have a couple standards, okay, but pretty much none. I mean, unless I'm gonna beat you IRL, I don't even need to see what you look like. Actually, most times I don't ask what you look like. It ruins what I'm doing, because I have to really be in my head, fantasy roleplay. I don't want to see what you look like. It usually ruins.
Well, you would love me, Jazzy, because I'm black and have a tiny penis.
Say less. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfection.
Yeah, but Chibi.
Oh, it sounds like love is in the air. Love is in the air. Old Housemeister's gonna get him some tranny cooch.
Falls under what I do. Stop being a dick.
Is this the conversation you have with your customers?
No.
Do you force people to just listen to you how you wax your tits for 45 minutes?
No, I would never. But because we're usually talking about their problems, you know what I mean? And if I'm babbling to them, I sometimes babble to my clients about Discord. We just
One of your customers.
No, I've never. I did have a client ask to take off my shoes after a haircut. That's
What? Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Ooh, seems like things are getting a bit steamy until the Housemeister there. Looks like our boy's got himself a hot date. Or might have had a hot date. I don't know if they ever met IRL or what. Anyway, Housemeister must be stopped before he follows in his mentions DJ Axel's footsteps there. Ain't that the fucking truth? Let's see. So according to Brian, he is also completely obsessed with America. The reason he started streaming is because he wanted to get in touch with American women to get a green card. He tried to hit on me multiple times, wanted to fly out to meet me. This is him. So this Brian Dunn parody account might be the tranny in question? I don't fucking know. So this is Housemeister. Say hello to the base German man. The base German man who wants to become an Amerimutt. He's already very progressive for the States there. He loves his troons. He wants to get dicked down by troons. He should run for Congress too if he wants to go after kids there too. Stinky Puppy says that Housemeister is the kind of guy who would look at this and think it's super hot and sexy. 8 liters of milk food challenge.
Ayo, it's Stuffy, and I'm gonna be having loads of milk. I think I tried to do this 3 months ago, and it got deleted.
You will try.
So yeah, I'm also wearing I think it's designed to make you look slimmer, because it's got weirdly positioned lines, but yeah.
Honey, that does not make you look slimmer. It makes you look the opposite there, dear. Makes you look the fucking opposite there.
Right, let's start. I shall start with this. If you can't recognise who I am, because this thing does not have wings, I am Mercy. Okie dokie. Milk.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go over the rest there. Dark Ninja says, whoa, 8 liters of milk? No wonder he loves to see Swede eat 6 eggs a day. Okay. Apparently Housemeister jerks off to Swede of the Plate Gang eating eggs. I didn't even know that guy was still around. Crip Jesus says, Housemeister is fucking disgusting. You don't say. Dark Ninja says, whoa! Did Shamu and Spray defeat Neo Plate Miser again? Apparently his chat is dead. The German man can't have himself a fucking audience there. Which is a shame. He had a lot of potential, but you know, you make friends with the devil and you wind up in hell. Shame. Apparently there's more pictures of this quite rotund, stuffy bunny. So this is what our girl looks like. This is what Miss Stuffy Bunny looks like more. Quite a rotund individual. There. Man by the name of Gay says, Bauhaus Meister has tastes. None of you peasants would understand the Bauhaus school or German brutalism. The architecture wasn't made for you limp-pond Chihuahua dicks. That's an interesting insult. I might save that next time I do a stream on Warhammer. The emphasis on form, the curved elegance juxtaposed with the firm, thick, and heavy concrete. So that was the Housemeister. So this is the Mormon Shaggy thread. This is from Stinky Puppy. This ugly idiot is more gay wokey. Yeah, that's right. I said it. This is a stupid YouTube channel where he gets high off mushrooms and drinks alcohol while betraying his great best friend DJ Axel for no damn reason. He's a big fan of Cthulhu, Lovecraft, vampires, and threatening to go on Columbine-esque mass shootings if he doesn't get his next drug fix. He pretends to be a Mormon, but drinks huge amount of caffeine, has sex with hookers, and does every drug imaginable. If you want to know the truth about it, he sees Mormonism as a fantasy rather than a real religion. Well, Mormonism is an actual fantasy. And heresy against true Christendom, so I can understand why Mormon Shaggy views it as a fantasy. Because in hindsight, Mormonism is basically a fantasy religion. Not a real one. Anyway. All the lore as if... And describes all the lore as if he's a weeb reciting anime battles from Naruto. Well, when you actually get into Mormonism theology, or in my case, you just watch the cartoon that's anti-Mormons made in like the 80s, going over their lore. It does sound like epic anime battles at times there. That's all I'm going to say there. That's all I'm going to say about the story of Mormonism. Especially their views on black people there. It definitely sounds like anime battles. Anyway. At random intervals, if you're his friend, he will treat you like a mother/father figure because he is massively insecure and has mommy and daddy issues. And if you do not live up to his standard, then he will stab you in the back and do 5 fucking streams in a row, 5 fucking streams in a row about you and call you a betrayer, a traitor, a bad friend, and the worst of all, apparently, irresponsible. You know, I'm starting to think that our boy here, Stinky Puppy, I'm starting to think Stinky Puppy is a bit heartbroken that Mormon Shaggy, the pirate captain, stabbed him in the back there. Theory is that the reason Mormon Shaggy is so attracted to streaming himself while getting too drunk/high on mushrooms is because he, in some sense, wants to be babied by his friends. And by abusing these substances, he is able to fulfill a mommy/daddy fantasy. When you reach this point of high trust with Mormon Shaggy and you do not live up to his fantasy, he will stab you in the back. 4 knife emojis, like the rat bastard he is. And he will blame you for it. Okay, Stinky Puppy, you sound like a fucking jolted ex-lover right now. You really do sound like a jolted ex-lover. There. It's a bit weird, especially when it's involving Mormon Shaggy. 4-time pedo defending member says, bro, he has bleeding in his duodenum? I don't know. Mock says, it feels like Shaggy wants people to pity him because he acts like a perpetual victim. I heard from Marks the Noob, he confesses to having or allegedly sexual relation with minors that are being sex trafficked. I can't confirm if this is true, but all rumors and speculation. Well, I mean, I know he likes to go into Asian massage parlors and get himself some happy endings. And there's talk that these parlors are, trafficking women. And it wouldn't surprise me if the women in question are minors. And Shaggy has no problem admitting that he fucks these women. So there is a chance he fucks kids there. Which explains why he gets along with DJ Axel so well. Or got along, I should say. There, anyway. I've been going for almost half an hour. You know what? I know I said I wasn't going to go over the Warhammer stuff, but there's stuff involving him and Elaine Miller that I want to go after. I was originally going to go over his Onion Farms thread, which has since been put back up. I was going to go over that stuff. But since we're here, and since I don't have to worry about this fucking thread being jannied away, I'm going to go over the stuff between him and Elaine. Warhammer also lusts for Elaine Miller / Troclam and was joining forces with her at one time. Warhammer says, I personally masturbated to Elaine's Kiwi Farms pics because of course he did. Empresa, that's another degenerate. That I might go over his own thread at some point. Says, yeah, that's me. I am a pedo. Warhammer says, who is Strawberry Douche anyway and Olive? I just know they're Kiwi farmers and they flooded on my chat. Empresa, is this true? Lane replies to Warhammer saying, okay, so Warhammer says, out the sweet taste of date. I'm sure that's in reference to Ninja's dating server, which apparently had kids at some point floating around in there. So, anyway. Elaine Miller says Strawberry is a KF user who got doxxed and to this day can't admit it. Warhammer says Strawberry was in there. Also, I don't know a lot about Empress Pass because it's all Ninja projecting. Elaine says this. I could send their shit to my friend Tails who sim swaps. Okay. Warhammer replies, sure, who cares? Are you sure Strawberry is from the stocks? To which Elaine replies, yes, yeah, she admitted her dogs when I swatted her. Just swat everyone in that faggot fucking group. Warhammer replies, how did Olive get herself drawn into this Kiwi gay hopping? Elaine replies, I'm sick of hearing about them. Replies to Warhammer, IDK, she's really too nice to even be here. Warhammer says, I just want to cover my trails. Ninja deserves it. He is the most of the whole bunch just because he's a total G-gen. Okay, so Dark Ninja is many things, but a degenerate is certainly not one of them, okay? Let's just get that out of the way. Isaac is a lot of things. A degenerate is certainly not one of them. Unless things have changed. Anyway. Elaine replies, dude, someone just using KF as grounds for a swatting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oops. I might be in danger. I might be in danger. I just want to say that I think Elaine Miller is a lovely woman. She is a goddess that deserves to be worshipped. And I am being 100% genuine about this. And I'm totally trying not to save my ass from a swatting. Right now. There. Fuck. But in all seriousness, if the cops, if Elaine does actually swat people, and if the police ever come a knocking, needless to say, it's not gonna be that hard to convict her there. That's all I'm saying there. If Elaine ever gets captured for swatting, it's not gonna take the prosecution team much to get a conviction on her there. Oof, honey, what are you doing? What are you doing, Elaine? What are you doing, honey? Anyway, Warhammer says, why did Ninja try to fight for her affection so bad? Was he drunk or is that just him? Elaine replies, how you gonna use a site that hosts CSAM? Elaine replies to Warhammer saying the latter. Warhammer puts on his big boy pants and says, they're all scum of the earth. Guilty as charged. Apparently Ninja used Warhammer to go after people for him. I thought it was the other way around. Maybe it was both, I don't know. I seem to remember Ninja going after me for a bit when I first started going after Warhammer. There. But, yeah, Ninja really isn't the type of person who just uses people to go after him. Ninja's been pretty prolific in going after people himself there. It's pretty much what he's known for, really. So I don't believe that for a minute. But anyway, this is at least, part of what to expect when you're on info battles. Overall, I gotta say, pretty alright site. I mean, it's just new. Everything's still being, you know, built there. But I like the idea. I like the prospect of it. I really do think we need other Kiwi Farms alternatives there. And honestly, I'm not really a big fan of the Onion Farms, especially the way they've been jannying it up for Warhammer recently. So it's nice that we have an alternative for that. I'm going to be leaving a link to it in the description below. If you want to check out the threads, there is a thread on me, but that's not really that hasn't been updated yet. It might be after this video, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is Info Battles, pretty much a carbon copy of Onion Farms, but a lot better since no one's, you know, hugboxing anything. So yeah, highly recommend you go on this site. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video.